All right, let's get started. So welcome everyone. Welcome to Hindi University. My name is Ashutosh. Really excited to have all of you this Sunday. As you know, we meet every Sunday, 8 a.m. US Pacific time, and we learn about the Hindi language. It's a time in the west coast of the US. For those of you who are new to Hindi University, you can learn more about us by going to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Hindi University. If you are interested in joining the live classes, you can find out more details about the live classes on the page that we have, which is tiny.cc/Hindi University. In this page, we have pretty much organized, all the previous videos, which is about over 550 videos. In different sections. So if you're a beginner, you can follow the beginner sections. If you're intermediate, you can follow those. Lately, we've been following the book from Professor Rupert Snell. It's called Teach Yourself Hindi. It's a book written by Professor Rupert Snell, which is one of the very famous book. You can find the link of the book in this page as well, tiny.cc/Hindi University. We've been following the chapter number 16 of this book. So in case if you missed the previous videos, don't worry about it. You can find all of them pretty well organized on this page, tiny.cc/Hindi University. Okay. And as always, the participation is encouraged. So throughout the class, if you have any difficulty, most likely other people may also have the same question. So don't be shy. To ask the questions. You can ask using the Zoom chat, or you can unmute yourself and ask the questions, however you feel comfortable. Okay. And when I ask question, and if you don't feel saying it, that's completely okay as well. Okay. You can just use the Zoom chat to tell me that what you will pass. Okay. Although I encourage you to participate. That's how you will learn, right? So we will be starting with the new topic from chapter 16, okay, which is basically known as Kahin. So in this class, it's an interesting topic, and throughout the class, we'll be talking about just this keyword, Kahin. It's Ka, Ha with E and dot, Kahin. Okay, in the previous classes, you must have heard of using Kahan. Kahan is like, where, which is we commonly use, right? Kahan. Aap kahan hai, right? Where are you? Right? Kahin is slightly different, so we will be using a lot of variations of Kahin in this class, and by the end of this class, my goal is that you will feel comfortable using at least the most common use cases of Kahin. It's an interesting word, so it's good to have in your toolbox. Okay, so it is basically the meaning of Kahin is somewhere or anywhere. Okay, it is used, most commonly it is used to refer to a place or a location. Okay, most commonly it is used as an adverb to refer to a location and a place. It can also be used as a conjunction. And if you guys remember, conjunction is like a word that is used to combine two sentences. Okay, just like you use key as a conjunction to combine two sentences. Okay, so that's the very quick summary of Kahin. Okay, as I said, like it appeared very similar to Kahan, right? So Kahan versus Kahin. So if I ask you, "Aap kahan se hain?" Where are you from? Okay. And if I ask, let's say, Radhika kahan hai? If I say Radhika kahan hai, it's where is Radhika? Right? That's what it is. Radhika kahan hai? Where is Radhika? Okay. So that's basically the. But in this case, as you can tell, this kahan is where. Okay, she can respond, or people can respond by saying Radhika London में है, okay, or Radhika Spain में है. So there are multiple responses to that based on wherever she is, wherever Radhika is. Okay. However, let's say if you want to use kahin, how will you use it? Okay. So before I jump into that, let me give you another sort of example of kahan versus kahin. So similar to Radhika kahan hai, if I ask a question to you, to someone or to you, where are you going? Okay, so let's say you are, where are you going? It's a question that is being asked to a person in present continuous tense. Where are you going? How will you say that in Hindi? Let's see, Radhika, you want to tell us? How will you say that? Where are you going in Hindi?
मैं भारत जा रही हूँ.
Okay, but let's say you have to say, ask this question in Hindi itself. Right now you answered it.
Where are you going?
Yeah.
आप कहाँ
Very good. आप
जा रही हैं?
Okay, so if I'm asking you, it will be आप कहाँ जा रही है? आप कहाँ जा रही है? Okay, so you responded with the location. So here कहाँ is where are you going, and you responded मैं इंडिया जा रही हूँ. So far, so should be even for so it's मैं हूँ, which is I am, and the verb, as you know, is जाना, which is to go, and because it is present continuous, you remove the na and you put raha or rahi or rahe based on who is saying it. In this case, because Radhika is saying it, it's मैं इंडिया जा रही हूँ. I am going to India. But let's say, Radhika, you are not going anywhere. Okay, you are not going anywhere. How will you say your answer?
मैं कहीं नहीं जा रही हूँ. कहीं नहीं जा रही हूँ.
Very good, right? So you said मैं कहीं नहीं जा रही हूँ. You see that? So earlier you were using kahan for where, and now it's I'm not going anywhere. Okay, she said मैं कहीं नहीं जा रही हूँ. Okay, so that's the easiest way to, one of the easiest way to explain it, the use of how to use kahin in a sentence. Okay, I'm not going anywhere. Okay. Any questions so far? Anyone? We'll be using multiple use cases, but I want to quickly take a pause to see if you have any questions. You can use the Zoom chat, or you can also ask, the other way. Okay, any questions on Facebook? You let me know, guys. Okay. Otherwise, let's keep going. Let's say the same thing you have to use in a different context. Okay, and you can say, right now there's a travel restriction, I cannot go anywhere. So let's say this time we're gonna try someone else, and let's say this time we have Chanel. Why don't you try this one right now? There is a travel restriction, and restriction you can just use the same word right now. Right now there's a travel restriction. I cannot go anywhere. So take your time. Even though I'm asking Chanel, I want all of you to at least try it in your mind. How will you say this thing in Hindi? Okay? And also notice, where do you find difficulty? That's the most important part. Where do you get stuck? Okay, and try to underline that, and when we are trying to do the answering of it, you try to see how you can resolve that. Okay, so right now there is a travel restriction. I cannot go anywhere. Shanaji, you want to try?
अभी ट्रेवल रिस्ट्रिक्शन है.
Okay.
मैं कहीं भी नहीं जा सकती.
Okay, so right now there is a travel restriction. Okay, so she said abhi travel restriction hai. Okay, you see that, like, this is place a lot of people can get stuck, but she still seamlessly she used an English word, and initially it's completely okay. Abhi travel restriction hai, I cannot go anywhere, so मैं कहीं नहीं जा सकती. Okay, मैं कहीं नहीं जा सकती. Some people put whom also. So because this is a model, as you can see, like, I can eat apple, मैं apple खा सकता हूँ. I can play, मैं खेल सकता हूँ. Okay, or I cannot go, मैं नहीं जा सकता. So she said मैं नहीं जा सकती. Okay, and anywhere it's कहीं, मैं कहीं नहीं जा सकती. Right now there is a travel restriction. I cannot go anywhere. That's exactly what she used here. Any questions, anyone? And feel free to write if you can think of other use cases where you will use it. Okay, where will you use kahin in your day-to-day conversation? You can use your sentences in the chat and I'll read that as well. Okay, otherwise I'll keep going with more cases of kahin, how to use kahin. Okay, so let's say I ask, I'm going to keep changing the tenses, assuming that some of you have, at least most of you have some background of the previous Hindi tenses we've used in the past. Okay, so this time let's say I'm going to ask Kelly ji, in case if you are able to respond, you can use otherwise you let me know. Okay, so let's say I have to ask, I meet you on the Monday and ask you, where did you go on the weekend? Where did you go on the weekend? It's the most common question that people will ask when they meet on Monday, right? So first, how will you ask this question in Hindi to someone, and then how will you respond? Both ways, not using kahin, where you actually went somewhere, and using kahin.
Okay, let's see. आप वीकेंड पर कहाँ गए थे?
Okay, so the question is, where did you go on the weekend? Which is आप weekend पे कहाँ? As you can say, it's where. Where did you go on the weekend? आप weekend पे कहाँ गए थे? Okay, how will you answer the same question, Kelly ji?
And you want me to say, like, my life, which is true, I didn't go anywhere?
Okay, yeah, say that. Okay, how will you say that in Hindi?
Let's see. मैं कहीं नहीं गई थी.
Awesome. See, it's easy, right? मैं कहीं नहीं गई. You can say मैं कहीं नहीं गई. That itself is good. मैं कहीं नहीं गई.
I have to do it differently. My pronunciation.
Yeah. No. So I didn't go anywhere. I didn't go anywhere. Okay. So some of the people, our friends, joined a bit late just now. So just to give you a quick summary, we are learning about this keyword called kahin, which is basically used to describe somewhere and anywhere. Okay, you must have heard of where in the past, which is kahan, right? Where are you? Aap kahan hai? Where are you going? Aap kahan ja rahe hain? Kahin is similar, but it is different. Okay, so here it is used to describe somewhere or nowhere. So as Kelly ji responded, मैं कहीं नहीं गई. I didn't go anywhere. Okay. Anyone? Any question? Was it hard? Like, see, all of a sudden, initially we started with present cases, okay? Then we moved to present continuous. We used model also, okay? And then right after that, I jumped to a past tense. So I don't know if you guys noticed it, right? So this is all of a sudden the past indefinite case. Where did you go? आप कहाँ गए? Or if I'm asking Kelly ji, I can be explicit. आप कहाँ गई? Right? So jana becomes, in the past, gaya, gai, or gaye. Okay, so some of you may have difficulty. Why all of a sudden, we were using jana to go. From there, you change it to went and it becomes gaya, gai, or gaye. Okay, so आप weekend पे कहाँ गए थे? And she responded that, मैं कहीं नहीं गई. Okay, I was at home. So, in case if you want to complete it, like, मैं कहीं नहीं गई, मैं घर पे थी. I was at home. मैं घर पे थी.
So Ashuji, in that case,
Yeah.
and this I always come back to this thing I know about, immediate past versus remote past.
Yeah.
So that makes sense, right? Because you're saying that's kind of like the comma
Yeah.
in period. But if I would have just said, I could have also said me kahi nahi gai thi, right? Like punto final, like that was it. I didn't go anywhere.
I didn't go anywhere. That's right. मैं कहीं नहीं गई थी. Okay. If you say मैं कहीं नहीं जाती थी, I didn't used to go anywhere. I think that was your another comment on the WhatsApp chat. Like, jati thi is like something that you used to do.
And no, it's the confusion about it's past.
Yeah.
One is like closer to you, and
Yeah.
one is further out, right?
Yep.
That's at least how I understand it. So like, or that one right there in that example is more like a comma because saying what you actually did do.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't use gai ti and then expand on it. In other words, right?
I think most Hindi speakers, when they're speaking it casually, they won't really pay that much attention. Like you may still encounter people who will say, "मैं कहीं नहीं गई थी, घर पे थी." Okay, so what I'm trying to say is like, don't let that not throw you off. Whether
Okay.
it is a hard rule versus not.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thanks.
Awesome. So let's keep going. And as I said, like, throughout the class, if you guys have any questions, you can ask it. And if you have any reflection also, as if you heard something else or something unique from your teachers, do share that. Right? That's the whole point. Let's keep going. So far, as I'm doing the variation, let's say this time I'm gonna ask Vatsalaji. Okay. Same thing that was asked in past. Where did you go on the weekend? Let's say somebody is asking you, where will you go on the weekend? Okay. Where will you go on the weekend? Okay. First, you have to say how to ask this question, and then second, you can respond in different ways. So let's start with that. Where will you go on the weekend? How will you say that, Vatsalaji?
वीकेंड पे आप कहाँ जाएंगे?
Very good. Right? So आप weekend पे. So we are still using where here. So it's weekend पे आप कहाँ. Now you see it's a future indefinite, right? Because the question is asked about future plan, right? So the verb is jana. Okay, and because it's future indefinite, you will remove the na and you will put unga, ungi, unge. Sorry, unga, ungi, enge. Okay, so because it is aap weekend pe kahan jaenge. So you remove the na and you put this conjugation around with it. So आप weekend पे कहाँ जाएंगे? Okay. For you, I can say आप weekend पे कहाँ जाएंगी? Okay. Now, how will you respond to that? Let's say if I want to ask you this question, Vatsalaji. One is you can say you go to a place.
Sorry.
Yeah.
मैं weekend पे farmers market जाऊंगी.
Okay, so मैं weekend पे you can say farmers market, or which is सब्जी मंडी in हिंदी. मैं weekend पे सब्जी मंडी जाऊंगी. Okay, let's say you want to say I won't go anywhere, I will do some cleaning. How will you say that? I won't go anywhere.
मैं कहीं नहीं जाऊंगी.
Very good. मैं कहीं नहीं. And the important part is you are using it in the appropriate tense, right? मैं कहीं नहीं जाऊंगी. I will do cleaning.
मैं सफाई करूंगी.
Very good, right? मैं कहीं नहीं जाऊंगी, मैं सफाई करूंगी. Okay, so it's मैं सफाई करूंगी. So far these are all the for the most part they are very basic use cases of kahin, right? Which are all indicating somewhere or anywhere. Okay. Now let's say you have to use it in slightly different cases. Let's say, you know, for persuasion, right? Like, you know, it's pretty common if you go to, like in this case India also, like there's a lot of shops on the street side, and they'll persuade you that, you know, so it can be used to persuade or to make a strong argument as well, right? So it's persuasion, or making a strong argument. So let's say they were trying to, because usually people shop, like they go to one shop and then they go to another shop, they want to make sure either they get the best quality or the best price, right? But the person is trying to say that, you know, you won't get this sari anywhere. Okay, so there is no point of going to the shop next to me. Okay, this is the best price, this is the best deal, right? So he is persuading the person, right? So I mean, how will you say that? So the question is, how will you say this thing, you won't find this. Let's say I'm using the word sari, but feel free to change it to other use cases as well, right? You won't get this sari anywhere. How will you say that in Hindi? And all of you can try it. Why don't I give this opportunity to all of you, including folks who are watching it on Facebook, to try to say that in Hindi. Write it down first on the chat, just to make sure that everybody gets the opportunity to exercise their muscles, Hindi muscles, and then we'll see how you share your thought process then. Okay, I think it should be a reasonable exercise, and I want all of you watching live on Facebook, Stephen G, Maddie, to try as well. Okay, and Barbara G as well. That way, at least it'll give me a confidence whether we're on the right track or you need help. Okay. 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 Let's see. Aneji, you want to unmute yourself and tell us how will you say that?
ये सारी आप कहीं नहीं मिलेंगे.
Okay, awesome. So आपको it's let's do it without that. Okay, so first is this sari, यह साड़ी, and then आपको will naturally come, and then you said कहीं नहीं. How will you conjugate the word? To find is milna, right? Milna.
Yeah.
Okay, and how will you conjugate it for the sari? ये साड़ी कहीं नहीं.
सारी feminine है.
कहीं नहीं.
ये सारी कहीं नहीं मिलेंगे.
मिले. Try one more time. For sari, it would be
क्योंकि साड़ी feminine है.
feminine है.
Feminine.
Yeah. So it's if it is a laptop नहीं मिलेगा.
Okay, so
For-
मिलेगी.
Very good, right? So sari कहीं नहीं मिलेगी. Okay. Then you said because who is the recipient of it? This person is the person you're talking to. आप. So that becomes that conjugated with को or used with को. आपको यह साड़ी कहीं नहीं मिलेगी. Right? So there is a notion of to you or the
Will it
other.
be incorrect if I only use up?
आप यह
It
साड़ी.
doesn't mean anything if I only use up instead of आपको.
So it's an interesting question. Like, so when you say your question is what if I say आप यह साड़ी कहीं नहीं मिलेगी? It is basically missing like who will not find it anywhere. Okay. When you say you in English it makes sense, right? You will not because in English it's you, right?
Yeah.
In Hindi it's basically the recipient of that sari is basically this person you. Okay, and that comes with the postposition ko. Okay.
To you, it's not gonna be fine.
Yes, to you. Okay.
Okay.
Anyone has a better explanation? Feel free to unmute and share that. Sangeeta ji, I think usually you have a much easier way of grasping it. So you want to unmute yourself and share your thought?
On आपको.
Yeah. Why? Her question is why can't I just say आप यह साड़ी कहीं नहीं मिलेगी? Why do I have to say आपको?
Because it's something to you, like you would not find. I can't explain any better than it, but yeah, it's something happening to you.
To you. That's
Like,
right.
you would not get the sari.
Okay. Perfect. Anyone else? Recipient.
Yeah, it is respect, giving respect.
No.
Up is actually giving respect to a person. Is that okay?
I think it's receiving. The person is receiving it. There is a recipient here, so it's आपको.
That is correct. She is the recipient or beneficiary of the result of this thing. And that's why it's like, aap plus ko. I think you guys are also coming to the same, so here it is like to who, right? And to the person, to him or her, okay? Usko, right? If it is him or her, usko yeh saadi kahin nahi milegi, okay? If it is to us, हमको यह साड़ी कहीं नहीं मिलेगी. Okay, so that's basically the recipient of that thing that we are talking about. Okay, and that's the reason honestly we are using को with the pronoun. आपको यह साड़ी कहीं नहीं मिलेगी. Okay, hopefully it clears it up.
I mean, this isn't necessarily about why op would be incorrect or whatever, but I mean, just the only way I think about it is, milna to meet. If you want to say to get or to find or to receive, you have to use ko with it.
I
And then
see.
it changes.
Yeah. So other way you are saying because there is a thing that is being exchanged here to find or to get, right? Somebody is getting it, either like the person who is talking or the other person who is receiving, right? So that's why is that what you're saying, Kelly ji?
Yeah, just in terms of memorizing why you need to throw the ko on there.
Yep.
'Cause
That's a good tip actually because there is a word used milna or to get, right? Alright, we'll keep going. Any questions so far? Now we'll jump to the variations of kahin. So far we will use kahin and we use kahin nahi. Now, what if we were to use some additional words along with it? So quick homework for you is for kahin and kahin nahi, try to have at least 3 sentences for each of them. Using your day-to-day conversation, where will you use both of them? Okay, that's a quick, like a short homework. Okay, now what if there is a variation and you hear this thing called kahin ka? Okay, kahin ka. It's common. It's used and it really means of or from somewhere. it's usually preceded by using an adjective, okay, and it is also used as a slur or as an insult to someone. Okay, as an insult, if you want to insult someone, you can use it. So generally a light insult would be you call someone a fool, a pagal, right, a fool. Okay, by using kahi ka after that, it basically you emphasize the meaning and you can say pagal kahi ka. Okay, pagal kahi ka, and it's basically off somewhere. Okay, pagal kahi ka. Okay, you can also use, even though it's an insult, but sometimes parents, they can use it, like when kids are doing a lot of they're creating havoc in the house, right? Parents can use it as well, and you can say badmash kahinga. Badmash kahinga, which is a notorious of somewhere. Like badmash word, it can be used as a real like an insult, but it can also be used as in a soft way, right? Badmash kahinga. Okay.
What does badmash means, Saji, please?
It's so notorious. Basically, someone is notorious is badmash. Bahut badmash is very notorious.
Okay.
Okay. Another one, it's basically, and I'm just going to give you answers here. There's hardly any room for me to ask questions here on this one. Just like pagal, it's also buddhu is also used, right? So it's buddhu kahi ka. Okay, buddhu is it's basically unwise, fool of some sort. Okay, by the way, I don't encourage you to use any of these, but you should know it, right? Just how it is being, what is the meaning behind it. Okay, other one is nalayak kahin ka. Na layak kahin ka. Layak is able, nalayak is basically someone unable or unworthy of some. Unworthy. Okay, unworthy, good for nothing kind of a person. Nalayak kahin ka. And generally you will just use it, after just by itself, chor kahin ka, right? And that's it. You will not try to add more things before that or after that. Just itself, it's a slur or a slang. Okay, chor kahin ka. Chor kahin ka. Chor is a thief. Okay, chor kahin ka. And the next one I have an example is, someone is, if let's say if somebody has a habit of, speaking lie or telling a lie, right? So the word for to lie is junt, right? Liar is junta. Okay, so you can say if somebody they keep lying, junta kahi ka, a liar. Okay, so this is basically the variation of,
Jay,
yeah.
I understand each word like a buddhu, like, show, those things. But how do you use it with the kahinka? What does that mean? Like, for example, buddhu kahinka.
Yeah.
What does it tell at the end? How do you express what kind of a context you?
The context is, that's a good question. Like, what is I can just say buddhu, right?
Yeah.
What is the
I know.
difference between I tell someone buddhu versus buddhu kahinka? Okay. It's basically, in my mind, it's highlighting of of somewhere. Now, when I say buddhu or fool of somewhere, it doesn't really make sense in English. The only English translation that I came across, right now, it's basically which says that unworthy, that unworthy. So when you say nalayak kahin ka, that unworthy, good for nothing person, good for nothing person, okay, or that no. So jhuta, when you say chor kahin ka, it's the other explanation is that no good thief.
So would you say then, nalayak kahi ka aadmi?
No, so as I said, you will not try to put anything before that or after that. This by itself is like, you're highlighting that is off somewhere, like that person is unworthy of somewhere. Nalayak kahin ka, chor kahin
So
ka.
if I say that word, for example, buddhu kahi ka, so I'm just telling about somebody that person is that kind of
From somewhere. Yeah, that's it. You will not try to put nalayak kahin ka aadmi. Like, I mean, it is in a way, implied, but nalayak kahin ka, right? Or jhuta kahin ka. Okay? Let's see somebody saying, they seem so much harsher coming from, these seem so much harsher coming from Ashilji, okay? Ted, when do you have, if you have microphone working, you tell us your, experience, when do you hear them? Or tell us more context about when you hear them. In case if your microphone is up and working, if not, you can use chat as well.
Hello?
Yeah.
Is it coming?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I've heard nalayak.
You heard this one? Okay. Nalayak kahin ka? You heard of?
Nalayak, maybe not kahika.
Okay.
Nalayak I've definitely heard.
Okay. Let's ask anyone else who has heard of these phrases where the kahika is used after these adjectives. Enge, okay, so I guess there is a Tamil translation that is being shared, okay? Okay, awesome. So in case if you've not heard of it, think of it as like, off and from somewhere. This is typically used to add a slur, or if you want to cast, an insert on someone, you can use it, okay? And this itself is like, enough. You don't have to add more complexity to it. Anyone else can think of more adjectives that can be put in before kahika?
I just, in Tamil, I think as like this person's landed from nowhere.
That is correct.
That's,
That
where
is
the
correct.
hell has he, sorry to use that word, where has he landed from? Or this stupid idiot, where is he from?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
That is correct. Like, that's how you'll interpret it. Okay. Do you have something similar in French, Aneshji?
Yeah, but we just use the adjective but without adding something behind.
I see. Okay. Now, typically we
A
also.
little bit like, oh my god, what a fool he is, but on it.
Fool from somewhere, or fool of nowhere, or a fool landed from other planet or something, no?
Yeah, or crazy guy or whatever, but
Okay.
we don't have anything special to add.
I see. What about you, Leah, in Spanish?
I was just thinking about that, but no, nothing so interesting.
We can manage with just adjective, okay? we don't need additional words on it. Okay?
We use a lot of gestures, so
Yeah.
we make ourselves clear.
Yeah. So in Portuguese, Kelly, anything that we use?
And not going there.
Not
No
going there?
way.
Yeah. Awesome. Right. So now this is the harder one. Okay. So I'm gonna erase this one, and So this use. How are we doing with time? I think we have time. So now this one will be interesting one. So lest where kahin is used and the meaning is lest. We don't use lest. It's so commonly in a day-to-day conversation, even in English. It was more commonly used in the olden English, right? Which is basically what I read was it means less that, but it basically gradually converted into lest. Okay. So what is the common what is the one of the example? Let me use it for lest, which is basically, let's say you have we are, your sentence where you're saying we are going to proofread. We are going to proofread. We are going to proofread twice. Lest we make error. Lest we make errors. Okay. So here lest is used as a conjunction to join two sentences. This is your sentence 1, this is your sentence 2, and you are using lest to really say you are afraid of something happening, okay, and you don't want that to happen, okay. That's why you're using lest to join two sentences. Kahin can also be used as a conjunction, okay, to join two sentences, okay, where you're afraid of something happening, okay. Now let's look at examples of it. Okay, so let's say you are with your friends, you're making a plan, and you are hearing some thunders, like some lightning, okay, and typically it's being followed by a lot of rain, and you are like, okay, let's just go, get out of here quickly, okay, lest it starts raining. Let's it start raining, okay. Okay, or sometimes you're like, let's go to the train station quickly, lest the train, it should leave the place, because you're afraid that either the rain will start coming, or you're afraid that the train will leave without you, right? So that there you will, in English you will use lest. In Hindi, okay, you will say kahin, lest it should rain, okay, so lest kahin barish na ho jaye. So I'm going to write multiple sentences. I want you to identify a pattern. Kahin barish na ho jaye, okay, kahin kahin sher na aa jaye. Sher is in this case lion, right? Kahin sher na, I just made it up, okay. Kahin sher na aa jaye, okay. Kahin Alex गुस्सा ना हो जाए, ओके, कहीं एलेक्स गुस्सा ना हो जाए, ओके, कहीं हम बीमार सिक, कहीं हम बीमार न हो जाए, ओके, कहीं कहीं हम हार न जाए. It may be hard for some folks, so just hang in there, okay? Let's not get into, at least what's the common thing that you see in all the sentences? Who would like to share? Uni, you want to unmute yourself and tell us what is the common thing? Well, forget about the translation of it, but what is the common thing that you see in all the sentences? Louder?
The first word
word is kahi,
Okay.
and the last word is na jaye.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great. That's a great observation. Anyone else? Anyone else that you want to highlight? What do you see? Susan ji, you want to unmute yourself?
Kahi and na ho jaye.
Okay. Okay.
And there's just the words that you put in the middle there that is like bimar, par, barish, sher, ale.
Okay. Awesome. Let's see.
So you just insert a word.
Okay. Tom, you want to unmute yourself and tell us? If you're there, Tom. If not, that's okay. Yeah.
Subjunctive.
Yeah. I think someone was saying, and
So is the possibility that something will happen. So you're looking at the future aspect of it. That in case we miss the train, in case we become ill. So to me, it is a possibility there of something occurring.
possibility of something occurring in the future or in the present.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Great. That's a great one, and that's absolutely correct. Possibility of something happening. I think somebody saying a fear of something will happen. That is correct. Absolutely correct. You will.
Yeah, I have nothing to add.
Okay.
I think it's great.
Okay.
What Bob said.
Okay. Have you heard of this phrase before? Kahin.
Ashuji,
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Isn't there something like English might also? It might, he might get angry. He might, the pain might occur.
There is a notion of that. So there is a subjunctive of, you can see that, right? I mean, that's what you see here. There is a subjunctive form. So
he
that
might get.
Is that something? Are we hoping that something wouldn't happen? No, it's all there.
you are fearing that something bad won't happen. Or you don't want anything bad to happen. Okay?
The wishing, it's almost like a wish.
There is a subjunctive to it. Okay? Is it a wish? I don't know. It's but it's I think just before that, you put it pretty clearly, which is a fear of something happening or occurring.
If it is a noun, it's a negative, isn't it? If something might not happening.
So in English, lest word itself includes the negative part. In Hindi, you have to use the na in addition to that. So that was the common pattern. Like, you have kahin in all of them, you have na in all of them, and followed by subjunctive. कहीं शेर न आ जाए, कहीं बारिश न हो जाए, कहीं हम बीमार न हो जाए. Okay, so the common pattern is you have na plus subjunctive. Okay, it can be used both in the present and in the future. Okay, a possibility of something happening in the future, in the near future.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah, please.
For example, कहीं हम बीमार ना हो जाए. How do you use it and what context in English?
So the context is like, let's say you go to India and there's a lot of street food, okay? And you're eating it, you're gobbling it, and you're like, okay, let's slow it down. Kahin bimar na ho jaye. Okay? So you are consuming it, okay, one after the other, one shop after the other, and then Nandini ji, your good friend, is telling you like, let's just stop it, let's just put a hold on it, otherwise kahin bimar na ho jaye. Okay, so it's a fear of you getting sick or both of you getting sick, and that's the context in which she's telling you that kahin bimar na ho jaye. Okay, and same thing. Let's say you are still having in the street shops enjoying the the golgappas and dosas, and then let's say there is strong lightning. Okay, and you guys don't have umbrella. and she's saying like,
In another words, it's we are hope we are not going to get healed.
Yes.
Hope we might not get healed.
Yeah.
We are not going to fall ill.
yeah. And
In
then,
other things, hope we are not going to get healed.
yeah. And then she's like, let's go home quickly. कहीं गीले ना हो जाए. Lest we get like wet. कहीं गीले ना हो जाए.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's the context. Anyone else having difficulty? This one is hard. Like, I could have said like for English speakers, where do you use lest? Wherever you use lest, you can use it. But the thing is, it's not so common actually. How often do you hear people using lest?
So I do have one more question.
Yeah, please.
Can you use mat instead of na as well, or just
Barish
only
mat. Nahi, you will use na here. Okay, mat, it's not going to be used in this case. So you are saying kahin hum har mat jaye. Is that what you are referring to, Yuval?
Yeah, so I have in my head that you can sometimes use them as synonyms. So for example, if you mat yaha mat jao, you can also say
In general that is correct. Yahan mat jao, yeh mat khao, yeh na khao. In general that is correct. But when you are using this pattern, when you have kahin na, when you have used this pattern, where kahin and na is a pattern basically. How about that? Kahin and na, if you're using it in a less context, you cannot replace this na and make it a kahin mat pattern. Yeah.
Okay.
So that otherwise your understanding is correct. Yeh mat khao, yeh na khao. That is correct. What you currently have in your mind. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I know this one is hard. So we've covered multiple things. We started with kahin. We used kahin in multiple tenses. Then we did kahin nahi. We did what else? We did kahin nahi. We did kahin ka. Okay. We did kahin as a conjunction, which means lest. Okay. Then you have kahin bhi. Kahin bhi, which means anywhere at all. Anywhere at all. And if you gotta recall, Vasalaji used it kahin bhi in the one of the sentence. Yeh sari, or even Anya ji used it. Yeh sari kahin bhi nahi milegi. आपको यह साड़ी कहीं भी नहीं मिलेगी. Okay, anywhere at all. Okay, anywhere at all. Okay, let's say you go to a city. Okay, it's so clean and you don't see any like trash anywhere at all. Okay, you can say kachra. Kachra is the trash. Kachra kahin nahi dikha. I didn't see trash anywhere. Kachra kahin nahi dikha. Dikha is the past of you didn't see it anywhere, right? Kachra kahin nahi dikha or mila. Okay. You didn't find. You went to get. There's a shortage of milk, let's say. Okay. You went to get milk or paneer or butter and you didn't find it anywhere at all. Okay. You can just say kahin nahi hai. Oh sorry, कहीं भी नहीं है. कचरा कहीं भी नहीं दिखा. ये कहीं भी नहीं है. Okay, कहीं भी नहीं है. Okay, कहीं भी नहीं है और कहीं भी नहीं मिल रहा. कहीं भी नहीं मिल रहा.
How do we translate that?
Yeah.
Gigi?
Anywhere.
The last one?
The last one. Let's say, there's a shortage of milk. Okay. And you go, let's say you tell your son to go get a milk. And he goes from one shop to another shop and another shop. And then it's not available anywhere at all.
You couldn't find anyone. Okay.
Yes. So he'll come back to you and he'll tell you like, Mom, it's not anywhere at all. It's not available anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's, in itself, it's the same translation anywhere, but the context is at all. Because there's bhi there. Yeah, so in general, when I'm saying it, you may not hear like at all in the English translation, but yeah. Do you have something similar, Anish, in French?
Yeah, well, it's the perfect translation of I can't find it anywhere.
I see.
Je ne peux le trouver nulle part.
Yeah.
It's a word called nulle part, nowhere.
Nuta.
Nulle part.
R. There's the R sound there?
It's a L sound.
Nilta. Okay. L sound. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Anyone else would like to share? Kahin bhi? You want to add on top of what we have? Everyone is thinking? Sharanji, hard, easy? Okay. In that case, okay, so it could be also, I have wrote some more example, like, where will you eat? Let's say you are asking your friend, where should we go for dinner? Okay, you guys meet together, and let's say you are planning to go out for dinner. Okay, now there's a debate about which restaurant to go to. Okay, and your friend can respond to you like kahin bhi chalte hain, like kahin bhi chalenge, anywhere we'll go. Okay, in that case also you can use kahin bhi. Okay, other cases like you will you go to any spiritual places, and then you will hear the sign like one is dhumrapan, which is smoking, nishedh hai, that's the word we used in the past. Okay, the other one is like, is smoking allowed here? Let's say somebody is asking you the question, and you can say smoking kahin bhi allowed nahi hai. Okay, kahin bhi allowed nahi hai. So there also you're using kahin bhi, nowhere at all it's allowed. Okay, we'll use one more case and we'll wrap it up. Okay, so which is basically the almost completion of our time also. And the last one is kahin na kahin, somewhere or other. Kahin na kahin, which is somewhere or other. Somewhere or other. Okay, so let's say now this one will be harder. Like it's you if you search for him on YouTube, you'll probably get a bunch of Hindi songs. Okay, so let's say somewhere or the other. So let's say you are you are interrogating a thief. Okay, and you are a detective, and he's not telling you the truth. Okay, you can say kahin na kahin chor, which is thief, कुछ छुपा रहा है और कुछ बता नहीं रहा है. Okay, कहीं ना कहीं, let's say you would just simply say चोर कुछ बता नहीं रहा है. The thief is not telling something. Okay, by adding kahin na kahin, you are saying in the grand scheme of things, kahin na kahin, somewhere he is hiding something. Okay, and you can say kahin na kahin, one is you can say kuch gadbad hai. Gadbad, something is fishy, right? That's what it is, right? Something is fishy. Kuch gadbad hai. Okay, but if you were to use it with kahin na kahin, somewhere there is something fishy. There is something fishy. Okay, kahin na kahin. I didn't really find any more examples of that in Rupert's Mail that can easily convey the meaning. So I'm gonna open it up in case if you guys have heard of better or easier phrases to for kahin na kahin. Anyone, you know, you can.
Ashuti?
Yeah.
When you say kahin na kahin, hum mile the or milenge?
You can say kahin na kahin hum milenge. Kahin na kahin hum milenge. Somewhere we will meet. I'm going putting, you know, it's the same sentence, but I'm just trying to highlight, you know, the meaning of. So kahin na kahin hum milenge. Hum jarur milenge. Somewhere or other we will surely meet. This is the good one. Hum jarur milenge. So, like for example, we can say this literally in our case, like, you know, we have not seen each other. For the most people, we have not seen each other, but I can say like hum jarur milenge is like we will meet, we will surely meet. Kahin na kahin hum jarur milenge, somewhere or other we will surely meet. Okay? Kisi din. Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah, please.
Somebody is searching for a mobile.
Yeah.
Okay. The other person is saying, आपका मोबाइल कहीं ना कहीं मिल जाएगा.
That is correct.
मिलेगा. Sorry, मिलेगा. Is that okay?
You can say that.
आपका मोबाइल कहीं ना कहीं मिलेगा. Is that correct?
One is कहीं नहीं मिल रहा. मेरा मोबाइल कहीं ना कहीं नहीं मिल रहा. It's not anywhere. Okay. The other one is like यहीं कहीं होगा. It's here and there only. Okay. यहीं कहीं. I'm adding one more sentence, I think, for you. यहीं कहीं होगा. Okay. And as you said, somebody can say कहीं ना कहीं मिल ही जाएगा. Like somewhere or other you will find it. कहीं ना कहीं मिल ही जाएगा.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Actually, I was thinking of a similar example. Like if someone's like, I picture like a parent with a teenager, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
आपका phone कहाँ है? And the kid says, मुझे पता नहीं. कहीं नहीं, would it be कहीं ना कहीं? Like just as a response, like somewhere or another.
Yes, कहीं ना कहीं होगा. मुझे क्या पता? कहीं ना कहीं होगा.
I mean, can you just say it alone as a standalone, like kahi na kahi? Like if the, you know, someone's asking you where is it, and you say kahi na kahi.
You can say that. कहीं ना कहीं. You can also say यहीं कहीं. Here यहीं कहीं होगा. ढूंढ लो. Basically, just by saying stand alone, यहीं कहीं, here and there, or somewhere, as you said, is कहीं ना कहीं. Okay. It may come across slightly impolite, but you know, it's that relationship that. Yeah. So I'm going to stop the Facebook broadcast. Thank you so much for joining. You know, and what